Yeah, it is a lovely day in Macclesfield. A little bit chilly. I've got my big coat on, but you're right, Liam. We are taking GB News on the road across the northwest of England. We're kicking things off in the market town of Macclesfield, then heading off to Burnley, a very working class town, and then off to Blackpool to end the week. We're doing all things covering huge economic growth, promoting big business and small local independent businesses along the way, to finding out those big important issues that matter to people where they live. Of course, here in Macclesfield, it's a market town, loads of independent traders on this high street, not many chain shops, but they also do a fantastic market. Once a month, Treacle market is in its 12th year. It was absolutely packed here yesterday, right on this square. In fact, where I'm standing, there was a brass band playing, and it's a really successful market. You often hear markets actually going down at the moment, not many of them making a success of it, but actually here in Macclesfield it's getting bigger and better. And I caught up with the market managers, Andy and Becky Thompson. Let's just hear what they had to say.
I think the secret is that Macclesfield's quite an entrepreneurial town. We've got a lot of people who create things. We've got a lot of people who are very, creative minded, and most people who live in Macclesfield have a love for their own town. So if an independent operator opens, they will have their own friends that come in, they will have their own following, and that will remain. And the way that the independent operators work together in the town is just amazing. There's a real kind of camaraderie between the operators, and they just seem to bounce off each other. I don't think anybody has anything against the chain offerings, but it just seems to work, and we're really, really lucky as a town that we've got people that live here and operate here. The Northwest and the North in general has a rich history of market towns, and this particular market has been running for nearly 12 years now. We've run the market for 6 months. Within that 6 months, post-pandemic, if you like, not that we're out of a pandemic, but beyond the kind of lockdown and restrictions that we were experiencing, we've been allowed to grow the market, make it much bigger, and bring a lot more variety into the town.
Certainly Macclesfield is a huge melting pot of lots of different things. There's a lot of foodie types here, hence we've got an amazing street food down on Castle Street over there. A lot of musicians also, hence we have an amazing live music line-up every month. And we just have a huge variety in terms of stalls. We've got taxidermy to books to kids' clothing to food, drinks, and everything in between, really.
Part of the ethos of Treacle Market is that we are a symbiotic being within the town, so that people who are independent traders, the larger traders, all benefit from what takes place on Treacle Sunday. We have some of the independent traders that have shops in the town trading on some of the market stalls just to raise their profile. We have a lot of outdoor visitors into the town, and what we want to do is make Macclesfield more of a go-to destination. And that's part of the kind of master plan for Treacle Market, is for Treacle to be completely connected across the board with the whole of the town in order to drive footfall and create this amazing place that Macclesfield already is, but people don't seem to be aware of it.
Public support's been incredible, as you can see from the footfall we've got here. Traders as well have massively supported us. They've embraced Andy and I as new market managers as well, and perhaps been a bit patient as we learnt the ropes. Certainly as well, Macclesfield Town Council have been incredible. We couldn't do any of this without their support. Things like the legal side of it, road closures, that type of thing, they do for us. And Cheshire East are the people who actually we get the stalls from. So without them as well, we hire the stalls from them, but without their support we couldn't do it either.
Town centres as a rule are being forced to switch to a much more hospitality-focused offering. Online shopping's had a big effect, out-of-town shopping parks. But I do believe that residential and hospitality and experiential offerings across town centres are the future, and I think it's not such a bad thing. In general, markets will continue and grow, but yeah, bars, restaurants, places to go and do things are the way town centres are going to turn.
Yeah, see, what I love about Macclesfield and this town is actually how people chip in. You heard there from Andy, who was saying a lot of the local traders at Treacle Market are people who actually own local businesses here in the town. So that was really nice to hear. And also really nice to hear about him saying about town centres on the up again. It's nice to hear that because, of course, for many years we've heard about town centres closing down, shops being boarded up. Not the case here in Macclesfield, though. And also Macclesfield as a town, fantastic for other industries as well. It's not just markets, it's the home of AstraZeneca, one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies, and other textiles and other industries as well. So we'll be tapping into all of that, as Liam says, throughout this week as part of our Northwest Week on GB News.
Brad, great to see you. I am a southerner, but I actually know Mac quite well. My lovely in-laws, Pauline and David, live just up the road in Bollington. I've climbed White Nancy a few times. Fantastic part of the world. I'm getting on a train as soon as I can get out of this television studio, and I'll be joining you soon. Bradley Harris there